Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Happy Wednesday to you guys, or happy hump day, as they say. I hope all is well. I hope you guys are doing good. I'm a little tired today, having some coffee. Then I have to run back out. But I just wanted to show up and talk to you guys. It looked like a lot of you guys watched the video I did yesterday, which was very difficult for me to do that video because it was very intense for me. But it was necessary because, as I tell you guys, as you speak the things out that cause you pain, that hurt you, don't be afraid to wear those scars because it either break you or reshape your life. And in my case, it reshaped my life for the better. So never be ashamed of them because you could be helping somebody else when you talk about these hurts and pains and how you became an overcomer. So that's important. You know, it was difficult, a little bit uncomfortable for me. I got to the point where I felt like I wanted to cry, especially when I was talking about my dog. And it just, but after I did the video, I felt that it was necessary because it's probably going to help a lot of people. And if I can help prevent um, something from happening, on a negative, if I can help someone to get from a place of despair back to on track, then, I'm helping someone, saving someone, the way God saved me when I was down and out, and didn't have anyone there. So, guys, keep moving. You're going to have up days, you're going to have not so good days. And during those days, take care of yourself. Every day, take care of yourself, but even more so when you have those difficult days. Just never give up on yourself. Guys, with that being said, I'm not a therapist, I'm not a social worker, and I'm not a counselor. I'm just somebody who's gone to hell and back. And I overcame a lot of these problems in my life that I was repeating over and over, that was causing a lot of pain in my life. So, guys, with that being said, the topic of discussion is keep healing and continue to have love in your heart. I have to write these things down when I do this. Keep healing and have love in your heart. One of the things I was talking to someone about, and I was telling her, no matter who hurt you and how bad and what they did, etc., and so forth, never allow yourself to be bitter about it. Because if you get to a place where you're bitter, then you can't receive anything good and you can't heal that pain because that pain is stuck way down within you. And one of the outlets for pain is like what I did on my channel yesterday, what I did here yesterday, talk about it, release the pain, forgiveness. And like I was telling this friend, that forgiveness is not for them, it's for you so that you can take your power back. And once you take that power back from them, you can release and move on. I forgive, and then I move on. First of all, after you forgive them, forgive yourself so that you don't stay stuck and stagnated in the pain and grief and trauma and stuff. That's how people get stuck there because they don't release it. That's why I always encourage you guys, the first step is a therapist because, a grief therapist, a trauma therapist, find one that you like and that you connect with is so important because I started there for a long time. We just looked at each other, because I didn't have much to say. I was uncomfortable for a while. And then one day I just started talking. It just started to flow. And as I spoke, it's like those tons of bricks, as I always use as a metaphor, I was able to throw those bricks off my back and I was able to walk upright, letting all that stuff go. So let that stuff go. Who did what to who, why, when, or whatever. Just release it. release it to the universe. Ask God to help you with that, because some of this stuff is hard, to do. And I had to ask God to help me, because I was bitter about some things, concerning an ex who betrayed me, cheated, did everything, lied, etc. And I had relocated to here, to Massachusetts from New York. And it was just horrific. And the lies that were told about me after really made me angry. But as I started to do the work to heal myself, I just released that, because what I learned is that if I stayed in a place of bitterness and pain and this happened and you did this and etc. and so forth, what would happen is that person will win over my life, because they get to keep the power. They get to keep my power. So I had to learn that the forgiveness wasn't for them. It was for me, so that I can release that pain, release that hurt, so that I can move on, so that I can enjoy my life. That's how you win. And then when you release these folks and this hurt and pain and these people who caused this pain and all this to you, and then you let go, you take your power back. And then you release all the pain that stayed stuck and stagnated within you. And then as you do that, you can close those doors forever. Cry, give yourself a good cry, ask God to help you, stay in prayer, talk to God like I talk to you guys up on here. You don't have to have any rehearsed prayers, etc. When I talk to God, I talk to him just like I talk to you guys here, and I have that connection now with him, even after what I did in the beginning when I was going through all of this stuff. But I made my peace with God, and he helps me so much, because I take the steps, even if it's a baby step. Just take action, do something, take a step, and then ask God to help you to keep taking steps, and he will be behind the scenes helping you. Ask him to. He can't help you if you don't ask for it. And the thing with whoever hurt or whatever, never stay in that bitterness. Release that. Do the work with your therapist to release it. What helped me a lot was the list that he had me to do, the pro and con list. What are these individuals given to your life? And when I did that list a few times, I was the giver. They were just leeching and taking. Even a few people said they helped start my business and do what? The business was already there since college, but I really didn't get it up and running until just not too long ago, after the fact, after I let all these people, toxic situations, whether it's a relationship, family, whatever it was, and when I was down in that dark moment, I just asked God to help me, because there was no one in the physical to help me, but God helps me every day. And it's just, haters will be haters. That's what they do. They gossip, they start drama, they lie. And what I do, the best medicine for that, especially when you're healing and you're moving forward and God is blessing you and you're helping others as well, like myself, I just ignore it. Because if people don't see, if I was doing things that these folks were saying, my life would not be upgrading. It would be down in the gutter. And so, what God does, what I love the most about God is that he will take a situation where people are lying and saying A, B, C, and D, and he will flip the script on them, and he would expose the lies so that everybody can see with irrefutable proof, and then render those lies powerless. And I've seen that over and over again. And I just keep going. I don't focus on that anymore, because like, as I release it, I take back my power. But if I stay focused on that, I'm giving them my power. So guys, don't stay focused on that. It hurts. And some of these things that you see from people who you may have trusted, been there, etc., no matter who they may be, the good news about all of that is the masks are off, and you can see behind it. The mask is on the floor now, and you can see these people for who they are, and then you can set strong boundaries. In my case, I chose with many of them to cut off, block, and delete. so that I can stay focused on me and not direct my focus on people who don't care about me. And it's lessons learned, hard lessons for me, guys. Keep healing, keep doing the work, keep focusing on you. Doesn't matter who's saying it's selfish, is this, is that. Don't worry about those things. Just keep moving. And every day, even if it's an hour, you can build it up later on. But take time out for you where it's me time to do something for yourself. And make a list of what you want to do that particular day. Oh, yeah, this day for myself, I'm going to take myself to get a massage, or I'm going to take myself to the beach, or whatever, things to uplift your spirit and to mentally, uplift your mind. Because we right now, in this world we living in of uncertainties, there's a lot of toxicity going on, with the news and everything. Don't get yourself caught up in it, and don't allow yourself to be in fear. Talk to God about it, and talk to him about divine intervention. Never allow yourself to succumb to all this toxicity and negativity that we see in the world today. To me, it's like, if everybody is going to jump off the bridge and say they're going to land softly at the bottom, and you see all these people going, 100 or 200 feet and jumping from a mountain or something. Are you going to do it? Do what's good for you. Don't let people tell you what's good for you, and just take care of yourself. And some people are not going to like it because you're no longer focusing on their needs and what they got going on. Like me, I took that focus off of them and put it back on me. I choose me, myself, and I choose God. And people didn't like it, and but it showed me who they really was. That was what came out of all of this pain and grief and etc. When I needed people the most, as I said in my video yesterday, there was no person there for me, not one, but God was. But in a physical, there was no one there when I was down like that, especially with these losses I talked about. So I welcome the new. Those doors from the past to me are closed. I welcome the new, because God is padlocking those doors and directing me over here to the new, what's better. Real love, real people that care about me, situations. Some of us may not have families, or we may be estranged from them, but sometimes you have friends who treat you better than your family, and you can make them your family. God knows who to put in your life when you really need it. So don't give up on yourself, guys. Keep moving forward. Even if haters are trying to get your attention by doing something toxic or being a drama starter, or trying to say, hey, look over here, keep focusing on yourself. What I find is the best medicine for drama and toxicity and all this stuff, my best medicine for it in my situation is my total silence. Unless they're like right here, then, we get the authorities involved, because my peace means everything to me. And don't let all the hard work that you're doing on yourself go to waste by reconnecting with those who put you in the pain and in the grief in the first place. Because all the hard work you've done will just be lost. So continue to move forward. Continue to take care of yourself daily. Enjoy your life instead of just existing. Like I told this friend who I still talk to try to help her, don't just exist. Embrace life to the fullest. Enjoy your life. And as you close the doors to those past, God will open up new doors, and I'm living proof of it. And I want people to know, through me and the things that God does to help me, that God is real. He's real. He's been helping me. I mean, I've seen stuff with my eyes that God have done. It's only him can do these things, and I'm not religious or any of that, but I do have a deep connection with God. and that's important to me. And I do talk to him like I'm talking to you guys about things, and he has been coming through like no tomorrow, and I'm so grateful and humbled by it. The good news with all of this, guys, everything good that came out of this is that I'm stronger than ever. My strength comes from God, and I don't succumb to things as I did before. Like when somebody, come to me about a relationship or whatever it is, I'm not just like, okay, I'm going to take my time to get to know that person, build up a friendship, see if this is the connection I want and is it good for my life. All those things that I never did before, and I am slower to anger because what I do now is try to look at things from a different perspective. Of course, I still get angry. I'm human. I have my moments, but I try to see things from a different perspective. That's what I learned with all this darkness and stuff that I went through. I learned how to lean on God and how to, it made me more self-disciplined, and it made me, the words my mom used to tell me about doing A, B, C, and D that I just didn't want to be bothered. I am doing those things now. And if her spirit is here around me, she would be proud because I'm making, what's the word? I am making progress. Everything she told me was for my good. And I don't do things anymore that's not for my highest good. So take care of yourself, guys. If you have a support system out there, use that, utilize that, and just embrace life. And God will open up those new doors for you. I promise you that. I'm living proof of it. Have love in your heart. Never be in a place of bitterness. Take your power back and live your best life. That's the message today, guys. It's going to be nice today. I think it's going up to 80 or something. If you can, go to the beach, sit by the water. It's so calming. And just, have that favorite coffee or latte or whatever you guys like. Just take care of yourself and make sure you are taking care of your health as well. Because your mental and physical is everything. Without that, you can't do anything else. That's the message today, guys. I will be back tomorrow with a new message. Subscribe to the channel. Invite others to listen. And I will see you guys again tomorrow. Have a good one. Bye for now.